Hello everybody and welcome back to a breaking news announcement. My name is Joker and today we're talking about how Avengers Endgame is going back into theaters. That is, what? Yes, so apparently it has now been confirmed that they're putting Avengers Endgame back into theaters. That doesn't make any sense, right? It's still in theaters. It still has some running, it's still got some time left, right? Well, they're re-releasing it to the rest of the theaters that it's already been taken out of, so it's just getting a complete new rehaul. But wait, there's more. It's not just exactly the same movie, it's a little bit of an extended version. There's just a little bit more that they're adding to it with some more post-credit scenes that we didn't have before. So, what does this mean exactly? Well, for one, it means I was right, and that it is going to beat Avatar, because I never specifically said how it was going to beat Avatar. I just said it was going to get the push, and then Far From Home would take it the rest of the way, and it looks like that may actually happen now. So that means that this next weekend, being the 28th, being that Friday, Avengers Endgame will be put back into theaters with this new added content. And that's going to be the weekend right before the next week where Far From Home comes out, going into the 4th of July weekend, giving more boost to both Far From Home and Avengers Endgame, pushing it over the top, beating Avatar for the #1 spot, and even possibly making its way toward $3 billion. Now, this doesn't really come as a surprise to me necessarily. I figured it would get a re-release at some point, not so soon now. However, no one can argue that, it couldn't beat Avatar, so they had to put it back in theaters. That's not the point of it. I mean, that's probably most of the point of it, to be honest. But Avatar got re-released in the theaters about 3 times, once in 3D. So if you want to milk something, that's how you do it. Whereas Avengers, they just got some new stuff. They're going to put it out there again right before the movie ends. So it's not re-releasing a year later in theaters. It's just trailing on to the time that it already had. So, why not? So while at a press junket for Spider-Man Far From Home, comicbook.com took time to talk with Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios. And he had a couple things to say about it. He said, "We're doing it. I don't know if it's been announced, and I don't know how much. Yeah, we're doing it next weekend." He then went on to say that it's not an extended cut, because I was also thinking that it was going to have some extended scenes as well. It's not an extended cut, but there will be a version going into theaters with a bit of a marketing push with a few new things at the end of the movie. If you stay and watch the movie, after the credits, there'll be a deleted scene, a little tribute, and a few surprises, which will be next weekend. Again, that is the 28th of June. We're rolling into the July area for Spider-Man Far From Home, which is exactly what I said would happen. It would get the push from Spider-Man Far From Home and get the extra millions it needed to go and surpass Avatar. And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's not exactly how I thought it would go over, but hey, I'm excited for it. This gives me a reason to go back to theaters and see it again for probably the 4th time, so I can see what this extra stuff is at the end, because you know what? It's fine sitting through 3 hours of this movie because it is that worth it. It is such a good movie. And I am overly excited for it because now it just means that it's going to keep getting more money, and I really want to see now. It's not just about beating Avatar for me. I just want to see if another movie can actually get high enough to hit the 3 billion mark. And now it's slightly possible that could happen, because right now I'm thinking, 1, this gets released in theaters. All right, there's step 1. Step 2, the people that are going to go see it are the same people that saw it on release night. And I'm not saying that everyone's going to go see it, but I would put money on it saying about 70% of the die-hard viewers that went to see it on release night are going to go see it again for the extended footage. And then there'll be some more people that say, "Oh my god, you got to go see it, you got to go see it." However, there will also probably be the amount of people that went to go see it originally and won't want to see it this time, just be like, "Oh, just tell me what it was, just tell me what's at the end." However, if there's an end credit scene, I do want to see it, because apparently it's just going to tie in more stuff of what's going on in Phase 4. That's what the rumors are speculating, if there is something like that. And I definitely want to see it for myself so I can make my own, rumors or my own theories per se about what's going to be coming next in Phase 4. And then of course that leading right into Spider-Man Far From Home, the first movie that come right after the events of Endgame, just going into that, just seeing what comes next. It's going to be a great weekend for comic book people. That's just all there is to say about this. And also, it may not necessarily be confirmed, but apparently there is some other talk that the post-credit scene for Far From Home is something that you're really going to want to see. So keep that in mind after you watch Endgame again in theaters. So looking at some numbers right now, Avengers Endgame is sitting at $2.743 billion, while Avatar is still sitting at $2.788, so we still got a long way to go, but it's not as far as you think. And if it can get this extra push by the extra features that they're adding in this film and over the next 2 weekends, I think it could hit that point and go even farther. I'm going to say it'll at least hit 2.79. If it's lucky, 2.78. I don't think it's going to go much farther than that, and I don't think it'll necessarily hit 3 billion. However, if the footage is as good as they're wanting it to be, and for the fact that they're just going to re-release it into theaters worldwide, I definitely think it could definitely have a better chance of hitting 3 billion. Don't know exactly how true that could be, but I mean, I'm all for hoping. But aside from everything that's confirmed about it coming back into theaters, all the numbers and what could possibly happen is all speculation. So until I have all that information and until I actually see it myself to tell you guys what's going to happen and keep track of those box office numbers, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Remember, if you like what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Avengers Endgame coming back into theaters, and if you like this video or if you'd like to see anything else. But until then, and as always, I will see you guys next time.